Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Savannah Line Games in Pooler, Georgia, where I'm about to fight a 2,000-point battle between my Blood Angels and Marcus's Space Wolves. So the story that we've got going on here is that this planet actually exists in Imperium Nihilus, on the other side of the Cicatrix Maledictum from Holy Terra. And the Blood Angels, with Dante in the head, have been going from planet to reassert control of Terra and make sure that the Imperium holds strong on this side of the warp rift, the Cicatrix Maledictum. When they arrived here, Dante tried to assert his control and demanded that they rejoin the fold under his leadership as Lord Regent, and bring it back underneath the auspices of Holy Terra. The Space Wolves on this this chapter of Space Wolves. These are a successor chapter of the Space Wolves here, had been defending this planet from different incursions from the warp since the Cicatrix Maledictum opened, and they've been holding defense here, and they accused Dante of being a temptation from the warp, a manifestation of the warp, and held strong and refused to accept his leadership here, and imagined him to be some kind of emissary from the dark gods come to trick them into letting their guard down. And the Blood Angels realized that this could not be this could not stand, and the two sides have come to blows. That's the story that we've got going on here. We are going to be playing the Surroundings Destroy mission from the Grand Tournament packet, chapter approved Grand Tournament packet 2021. There are 6 objectives on the table, 2 in the center, and then 2 in each of our deployment zones. These will be scoring. You will score victory points at the end of your command phase. If you control 1, you will score 5 points. If you control 2, you will score 10 points. And if you control more than your opponent, you will score an additional 5 points. So if you control 1 and you control more than your opponent, the game got really bloody, but you would score 10 points. So it's hold 1, hold 2, and hold more. Pretty standard for these GT missions. As for our secondaries, I have chosen the Relentless Assault, which is a Blood Angel 1, which means if I have more Dark Angels units in my opponent's deployment zone than he has in my deployment zone, then I score 4 points for that. If I also have chosen Raise the Banners High, and I've chosen Surround Them, which is the specific one for this mission. Essentially, if I control both objectives in my deployment zone and one of the objectives in my opponent's deployment zone at the beginning of my command phase, I score 4 points. And if I control both objectives in my opponent's deployment zone and both the ones in my deployment zone, I score 8 points. My opponent has chosen Engage on All Fronts, a Mighty Saga, which essentially means he gets points if his warlord, which is going to be the Wolf Lord on Thunderwolf. If he kills, what is it? Every unit he kills, you score points, or what is it?
It's characters, you get points.
Okay, so you get certain points if you kill characters, and points if you kill vehicles, and points if you kill units. So he gets points for killing things, is essentially what he gets there. And he's also chosen Assassinate, because I've got a metric ton of characters in my list, as you will see soon enough. Speaking of, that is the mission. That is the story. Before we go any further, let's show you the 2 armies that are going to be fighting it out. So for the Blood Angels, I'll be running a battalion detachment and a vanguard detachment. Leading the battalion detachment, we have Dante, the Sanguinor, and a sanguinary priest. We have 3 5-man assault intercessor squads. We have a 3-man squad of Blade Guard veterans. We have a Blade Guard ancient. And for the Vanguard detachment, leading it off, we have a Dreadnought Librarian. We have a 10-man squad of Death Company. We have 2 squads of Sanguinary Guard. We have a Furioso Dreadnought. And last but not least, we have a Redemptor Dreadnought. So for the Space Wolves, he'll be running a battalion detachment. Leading off that detachment, we have a Primaris Chaplain. We have a Wolf Lord on Thunderwolf. And we have a Lieutenant with a Jump Pack. We have 3 squads of Blood Claws. We have a 5-man squad of Wolfguard Terminators. We have 2 squads of Wolfguard veterans with jump packs. We have a squad of Blade Guard veterans. We have an Eradicator squad. We have a Devastator squad. We have an impulsor. We have 2 drop pods. And last but not least, we have a whirlwind. All right, so those are the armies going over deployment here. I've got my 10-man squad of Death Company on the side over here. I've got my 1 squad of my assault intercessors over on the objective over here. I've got Blade Guard veterans, Blade Guard Ancient. I've got my Sanguinary Priest. I've got Dante, my Furiosa Dreadnought, and my Dreadnought Librarian over here. Then I have my my Redemptor Dreadnought and a 5-man squad of the Assault Intercessors over here, and a 5-man squad of Assault Intercessors on the objective over here. In Deep Strike Reserve, I have my 2 squads of Sanguinary Guard and my Sanguinor. Going over deployment for the Space Wolves, we've got his Whirlwind over here. We've got a squad of Wolf Guard with jump packs. We've got the Lieutenant with a jump pack over here. He yelled at me when I was saying the army that I said is Wolfguard veterans. He's like, Wolfguard means veteran in wolf speak. And I was like, I don't care. I don't know. It's fine. Yeah. Then we've got his Wolf Lord on Thunderwolf. That's the word I was looking for. Over here, we've got the Impulsor. Inside the Impulsor is going to be the 5-man Blade Guard veteran squad, as well as the Primaris Chaplain. We then have the Terminators up front over there. We've got a Bloodclaw squad over here, and we have the other Wolfguard squad over here. He has the 2 drop pods. One drop pod has his 5-man Devastator squad and the 5-man Bloodclaw squad, and the other drop pod has the 8-man Bloodclaw squad. Inside that 8-man Bloodclaw squad, it has a Wolfguard leader with a Lightning Claw and a Storm Shield. Look at this, I'm remembering things. Who even knew I could do that? And he's also placed his Eradicator squad. Is it called On the Hunt or something? It's basically the Space Wolf stratagem that allows them to go gain outflank. So they're in reserves in outflank. And outflank operates kind of like strategic reserves, except without the restrictions of can't go in your opponent's deployment zone and can't use the opponent's deployment edge to go from. So, yeah, so that is going to be deployment. So let's roll off now to see who will go first. I rolled a 4, my opponent rolled a 4. I see how this is going. I rolled a 4, my opponent rolled a 2, so it will be Blood Angels here on turn 1. Movement phase for the Blood Angels here. This is where my Death Company ended up. I actually spent 2 CP on Forlorn Fury to allow them to move 12 inches before the first turn, and then they moved their 12 inches with their jump packs up there, so they're looking on some tasty Blood Claws over here. We then have my Blade Guard veterans, Blade Guard Ancient, Sanguinary Priest, and Dante, and the Furiosa Dreadnought. Furiosa Dreadnought and these 4 guys all advanced up over here. These guys have jump packs, didn't need to. He only rolled a 1 for his advance. Womp womp. My Librarian Dreadnought advanced back over here. These guys kind of shuffled around over here, and then they're raising the banners on that objective. My Redemptor Dreadnought kind of shuffled a little bit over here to get some line of sight, but basically stayed back here. I'm really trying to zone out my deployment zone for now. Let some other units take the fight up there. So he moved over here. These guys kind of spread out a little bit and are raising the banners over here. These guys advanced up onto the objective over here. Because they advanced, they can't raise banners because you can't do actions when you advance, but that's where they're going to be. So that is going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with... Actually, we're going to skip my psychic phase. I got nothing that I can do from back here that's really of any interest to me. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase. Starting the shooting phase, my Redemptor Dreadnought here is going to fire into his Impulsor over here. I'm going to supercharge with his Macroplasma. It's literally the only weapon that's in range. So we're just going to go with that one. So it's going to be heavy D6 shots with 3 shots here. Looking for 3s to hit. That's going to be 1 hit. Strength 9, so looking for 3 to wound. That is a wound. AP a lot, so he's got a shield dome on there, so 5 up invul save. No, that's going to go through for 3 damage. So now my Death Company here are going to fire their pistols into his Blood Claws over here. So we've got 9 pistols in that squad there. These are going to be hitting on 3s. Alrighty, that's going to be 4 misses. These are going to be Strength 4, Toughness 4, 4s to wound. That is going to be 3 wounds. AP nothing. 2 ups. They're good. All right, so that's going to be it for the shooting phase. Not a whole lot of shooting, but that's fine. This is Blood Angels. We don't shoot, we punch things. So these guys here are now, my Death Company are now going to charge into his Blood Claws over here. I need like a 1-inch charge, I think. But let's get him in. Making a 7, that sounds good. All right, so here we are in here. Everyone made it into his deployment zone, which was what I was gunning for there. We're going to start with my Thunderhammer bro. He's going to attack into them. He's going to have 2 attacks base, +1 because of Black Rage, +1 because of Shock Assault. So these are going to be hitting on 4s because it's -1 to hit with a Thunderhammer. That is going to be 3 hits. Wounding on 2s. That is going to be 2 wounds at AP -2.
Actually, this one is...
Failed both of them with 1, so that's going to kill 2 guys. And now we have all of my chainsword attacks. They all have 2 attacks base, +1 because of chainsword, +1 because of Black Rage, and +1 because of Shock Assault. So we have 45 attacks coming in with these chainswords here, hitting on 3s. That's a lot of dice. And now we are going to be wounding on 3s because of Red Thirst.
Exploding dice.
What I guess.
All right, so it's 16 wounds into him over there. These are AP -1, so he's going to have 4 up saves. These are 15, so you have to do
1, 2,
3 guys dead. So the rest of that squad is dead. Not bad. That was a really good roll, but not enough to make them survive. And I'm surprisingly enough not going to consolidate into these Wolfguard veterans with their lightning claws. No, thank you, sir. All right, so that's going to be it for the Blood Angels' turn here on turn 1. I do score 4 points for Relentless Assault since I have 1 unit in his deployment zone and he has 0 in my deployment zone. And that is going to be it, because Surround Them doesn't score until the end of my command phase. So that is going to be it for the Blood Angels turn here. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Space Wolves here on turn 1. Movement phase for the Space Wolves here on turn 1. His Wolf Guard advanced up over here. His Lieutenant advanced up over here. The Impulsor advanced up over here. Oh no, just moved. He just moved. The Impulsor just moved. Everything else over here advanced. The Warlord did advance over here, but he is on a wolf. He's on a Thunder Wolf, so he can't charge after advancing. The Terminators advanced up over here. The Whirlwind stood still over on this side. And then over here, his Wolf Guard stayed still. Everything else is going to stay in reserves for now, so those drop pods are not coming down this turn. Because drop pods can come down this turn, but he's choosing not to. So that's going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the Shustin phase. Start of the shooting phase, his Impulsor is going to fire his Storm Bolters into my Assault Intercessors over here. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. That is going to be 2 wounds. Should have had my dice over here. These are looking for 2 up saves because they are in cover over there. Make it on both. Woo! Now his Whirlwind is going to fire into my Death Company over here. It is firing over this, which we are playing as dense cover over there. So it's going to be -1 to hit. So these are, what is it, 2d6, 2d3 shots. So he's going to have 2 shots here, hitting on 4s because it's -1 to hit. That is going to be 1 hit, strength 7.
Yep.
So 3s to wound. No, nothing there. So now his Wolf Guard over here are going to throw a crack grenade. That is going to be a hit. That is not going to be a wound. All right, so into the assault phase, his Wolf Guard over here are going to charge into my Death Company. He did spend 1 CP on, what was it called? Or plus...
Savage Strike.
Savage Strike, which is +1 to wound. So, but he is definitely in with 6 inches since he needed like an inch to charge in there. And now his Impulsor is going to charge into my Assault Intercessors over here. He's in with an 11. And now his Wolf Lord is going to charge into my Assault Intercessors as well. 3 inches will not make it, I don't think. My opponent is going to spend a CP to command point it. He's going to be in there. All right, we're going to start over here with his Wolf Guard. He is going to have 2 attacks base, +1 because of Lightning Claw, and +1 because of Shock Assault, and +1 on the Sergeant because he's a Sergeant. These are going to be hitting on 2s because he did take as his successor chapter trait Warrior Born, which is +1 on the charge. So it's sort of like the Space Wolf one, except not when he gets heroically intervened or charged himself. So these are going to be hitting on 2s. All right, so he had 5 misses, but because he had, what is it, Eternal Rage or
Whirlwind
of Rage? Because of Whirlwind of Rage is the second part of his chapter tactic. 6s count as an additional hit when he was charged or heroically intervened. So he did get 4 6s, which means that he has 20 total hits here. He does have +1 to wound because of spending the CP, so he's looking for 3s to wound. Rerolling because of the lightning claws. All right, and rerolling. All right, so that's going to be 16 wounds, AP -2, so looking for 5-up saves. All right, so I made 6 saves. They're 1 damage apiece, and they have a 6-up feel no pain. Getting an additional 2 fill faces there, which means that 1, 2, 3, 4 guys are going to be dead. All right, so now his warlord is going to attack here. He's armed with a lightning claw and a thunder hammer, and he has his mount can actually attack too. So he's got 4 base attacks +1 because he charged, which will be thunder hammers with those 5, and then he's going to have 1, which is going to be the red for the lightning claw, and then the 3 for his mount there. So we're just going to roll them all together here. These are going to be hitting on. Does the mount also hit on 2s?
Yeah.
All right, so he's going to be hitting on 2s because he's got +1 to hit because of the right there. So these are going to be 2 1s there that are misses, but he did give himself the reroll reroll everything if he wants it. So
I want it.
okay, so 1 miss there, but he did get 2 6s, which means that those 2 explode there. Then the and then 1 more for the mount there because of that. So these are now going to be wounding on 2s with the thunder hammers. It's going to be 4s with the lightning claw, and then it's going to be, what's the strength? 3s with the other one, +1 strength. So, here we go. Okay. Yeah, that's a lot of 1s over there. So we're going to go back to the ones that did work here. We've got 2 thunder hammers here that are AP -2, so looking for 5-up saves. Making 1 of those. And then we've got the 1 lightning claw, AP -2. Making that one, and then we've got 3 AP -2 because of the feats. Those are all going to fail. So 1 dead from the thunderhammer, 1 dead from the monster biting them, and then 1 take a wound. So now his impulsor is going to attack. That is going to be no hits. I think they hit on 6. All right, so now my guys over here are going to attack back into his warlord over there. They have 2 attacks each. Base, except for the sergeant who has 3. They did get charged, so +1 attack there. And they all have chainswords, so +1 attack there. These are going to be hitting on 2s because they set to defend in the terrain there, which is this is possibly one of the first times I've ever remembered to do that. So hitting on 2s, no rerolls. And then these are going to be strength 4, toughness 5, so looking for 4s to wound because of red thirst. Alrighty. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at AP -1 because of being Astartes chainswords. So you have a 2-up armor because he's got the armor of rust. That's why I didn't interrupt over here, by the way, because they got armor of rusted. So they're going to be looking for 3-up saves. And you did take 2 wounds.
So he has a 6-up feel no pain.
Oh, he's got a 6-up feel no pain.
That's his warlord trait.
This is his warlord trait there. Nope. So he takes 2 wounds. All right. So now my death company here are going to attack into his vanguard vets. We're going to go with the guy with the thunder hammer first. So he's got 2 attacks base, +1 because they were charged. Black rage does not kick in because they did not charge themselves. So these are going to be hitting on 4s.
3s, you set.
3s because I set to defend. Thank you very much. Sure. That is going to be 3 hits. See, I did remember to say I was going to do it, but then I did not remember to actually do it because I always forget that rule. So that's going to be 3 hits, wounding on 2s. That is going to be 2 wounds at AP -2. Looking for 4-up saves because it's they're invul there, but 1 guy will be curse splatted. Now all the guys with the chainswords are going to attack. They've got 2 attacks base, +1 because they are charged, +1 because of the chainsword. These are going to be hitting on 2s because of set to defend, and then wounding on 3s because they were charged and the red thirst kicks in. So hitting on 2s. Alrighty, got a couple 4 1s in there. And then these are going to be wounding. Got all the dice. One-handed. Got them. Wounded on 3s. That is a lot there. So it's 12 plus 1 minus 1 because they've got the storm shields and I've got the chain sword. So looking for 3s. So that's going to be 1 dead, 2 dead guy, 3 dead guy, and then 1 wound left on 1 guy left over here. So, all right, so that's going to be it for the Space Wolves turn here on turn 1. My opponent did pass his morale test over there, rolled a 1, so he's super good. And I decided to spend the 2 CB because I just didn't think it was worth risking it because I get a lot of points for having him over there. So that's going to be it for the Space Wolves turn here on turn 1. We'll come back to you after the movement phase for the Blood Angels here on turn 2. All right, movement phase for the Blood Angels here on turn 2. These guys stayed over here where they're at. My Librarian stayed where he's at. These guys moved up over here and started doing raise the banners over on here. These guys all jumped up over this way. My Furioso moved up over this way. These guys all fell back out of combat from him, creating space for my Redemptor Dreadnought that moved up over here. These guys stayed back over here, and these guys had to stay in combat because when you have the Black Rage, you cannot fall back. And these guys dropped in over here 9 inches away from his Whirlwind. So that is going to be it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the... I'm going to skip the psychic phase again because I got nothing I can do. Maybe. Hold on. All right, so I am going to do a psychic phase. It's going to be weird because I should have done this in the movement phase, but instead I'm going to have to do in this. So I am going to cast Wings of Sanguinius onto him over here, looking for a 6. Does not go off on a 4. Well, everything else depended upon that. You know what? It's not worth it. We're good. We're good. We're fine. All right, into the shooting phase here. My Redemptor Dreadnought is going to fire his Macroplasma into his Impulsor. I am going to supercharge, and then I'm going to fire everything else into his Wolf Guard back over there. So we're going to go with the Macroplasma first. Heavy D6 shots. Getting 3 shots. Hitting on 3s. That is going to be 2 hits. Strength 9, so 3s to wound. That is going to be 1 wound. 5 up invul. No, takes 3 more damage. And now his the Onslaught Gatling Cannon is going to fire into those guys, hitting on 3s. All right, strength 5, so 3s to wound. That is going to be 3 wounds there. AP -1 +1 because they have storm shields. 3 ups, they are good. And now the 2 storm bolters are going to fire, not within 12. That's going to be all hits. That is going to be 2 wounds. AP -1 because it's, well, it doesn't make a difference. They got storm shields. But it is the Tactical Doctrine. That is going to be 1 save because it's -1 +1. So 1 takes a wound. And then the Icarus Rocket Pod. Heavy D3. So that's going to be 2 shots here. Hitting on 3s because they're not, they have fly, but they're not aircraft. So that's going to be 2 hits. Strength 7, 3s to wound. That is going to be 2 wounds, including the Fill Face over there. So it's AP -1, so +1, 3-up saves. Making them good. 1 guy's in range of him with his heavy bolt pistol. That is a hit. That is a wound. AP -1. Oh, he's good. My Death Company are going to fire their bolt pistols. 5 of them have them. The other guy has a Thunderhammer. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. That is going to be 2, 3. Looking for 4s to wound. Getting 3 wounds. AP nothing. Oh, yeah, no, AP nothing. So it's going to be 2-up saves because he's in cover there. He's fine. All right, my Sanguinary Guard over there are going to fire into his Terminators over here with their Angelus bolt guns. Hitting on 3s. That is going to be a bunch of hits there. Strength 4, so looking for 4s to wound. That is going to be 4 wounds. AP -1, but he's got Storm Shield, so 2-up saves. Oh, it's AP actually -2 because it's Assault, so it'd be 3-up saves. So, but I think it's only 1 damage apiece, so it's just going to be 1 taking 2 wounds. So because he lost wounds, his Warlord lost wounds, his saga was completed here now. Everything that's core within 6 inches gets a Feel No Pain, so 6 ups. No, he fails it. All right, so that's going to be it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, we're going to start with him charging into these guys over here. I need a 4-inch charge to get into both. Or 3-inch on the dice, so there we go, he's in. And now Dante is going to charge into his warlord over here. He needs a 6 on. He had a 6-inch charge. Needed 5 on the dice. He's good to go. Now my Furiosa Dreadnought's going to charge into the Impulsor. I need a 10-inch charge to make it, which becomes a 9-inch because of the +1. And then my Sanguinary Priest over there gives rerolls on the charges. That's what he took as icon. He took this thing. So an 8 is not going to make it, so he's just going to reroll because of the Sanguinary Priest over there. Back into an 8. No, he's not going to make it. And now my Sanguinary Priest is going to charge into his Warlord. 8-inch charge to get in, so 7 on the dice. And I'm going to reroll because of his own thing. Nope, not going to make it. Oof, that was rough. And my Sanguinary Guard are going to charge into his Whirlwind over here. They need an 8-inch charge. And they're not going to make it. I'm going to spend a CP to reroll that. Wow. Same thing again. That one's rough. Alright, so at the end of my charge phase, my opponent spent 1 CP to allow his Terminators to heroically intervene onto Dante over here. He then, with Armor of Rust, made the Redemptor fight last. So Dante is now going to take his swings into his Warlord over here. He's got 6 base attacks +1 because he charged. These are going to be hitting into his dude bro over there. So he's going to have 7 attacks here, hitting on 2s. There's going to be 2 misses there.
Good thing on the blue, I would let it go.
I'm going to spend a CP to reroll one of those. Okay, that's going to be 6 hits. These are going to be strength 7 because it's strength +3 for his axe there. But it's going to be +1 to wound because he is a Blood Angel and just charged. So he's looking for 2s to wound on you over there. All right, so that's going to be 5 wounds at AP enough to go to your 4-up invul save.
Say 5?
Yeah, 5 4-ups. Failing 2 of them. So these are going to be 2 damage apiece, I think. Yep, 2 damage apiece, so that's going to be 4 damage into him. 6 up feeling pain, he feels 3 of them. So he takes 3 wounds. All right, so now basically all of the fights first units have been used to fight first, which is Dante on his charge there. So now we're into the fights normally units. Because he had a fight, because he charged, he had fights first. Armor of Rust meant he selected last, which means that he is fight normally now. Because he had fight first and fight last put upon him, he fights normally. So now we're into the normal fight phase. We're done with charges, we're done with fight first. So now my opponent gets to choose a unit to start this off with. So he's going to choose his Warlord to attack. He's going to put everything into the Redemptor.
Yes.
Right, he's going to put everything into the Redemptor.
We'll give him +1 to wound.
He's going to spend a CP to give him +1 to wound here. So these are now going to be hitting on 2s.
3s. Well, the Thunderhammer on 3.
Oh, the Thunderhammer on 3s.
But I have full
the other things on,
still.
Still has full rerolls from his giving himself the full rerolls. But the +1 to hit only counts when he charged himself.
That's right.
So he doesn't get that. So hitting on 3s on the Thunderhammers, hitting on hitting on 3s and 2s on everything else. So reroll that one there for the Thunderhammer. Nope, that's going to be a miss. So these are going to be strength 8. So would be wounding on 3s on the Thunderhammer.
Yep.
Instead, because of the +1, is going to be wounding on 2s. Everything else is going to be wounding on 4s.
Okay.
Alrighty. Going to spend a CP to reroll it. Into a wound there. Alright, so we have 4 Thunderhammers wounds into over here. So these are going to be AP -2. So these are looking for 5-up saves. And I made 3 of those. So he's going to take, instead of 3 damage, he's going to take 2 damage because of Duty Eternal. And then we have the Lightning Claw, AP -2 again, so looking for 5. Nope, he's going to take that wound, so he's going to be taking 3 damage. And then I've got the 2 claws here, which are going to be AP -2. Neither of those, so he takes another 2 damage, so a total of 5 damage total. All right, so then my Redemptor piled in over here, and he actually got to touch his base into the Terminators over there, and he's going to put all his attacks into the Terminators. So he's going to have 4 attacks base +1 on the charge here. So these are going to be hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s because of Dante. Okay, so that's going to be 3 hits, wounding on 2s. Okay, so that's going to be 2 wounds over here, 4-up invul saves.
on their shields.
Yeah.
Yeah, so AP.
Trying to get.
Making them both. Well done. All right, so now his Wolf Guard is going to attack over here. Hitting on 3s.
There you go.
All right.
Explosion. Yep.
Oh, an explosion on the 6 there. And then not wounded on 2s, but re-rolling because of this. 4s re-rolling. So that's going to be 1 wound, AP -2. And they're good with a fill phase. Woo! All right, so the Thunderhammer is going to go first over here. 2 attacks hitting on 4s. That's not going to hit anything there. And then the chain swords are going to go 15 attacks hitting on 3s.
Clone generators and the other one.
Get out of there, 1s and 2s. Oh, there's another 2. These are now going to be wounding on 4s because he did not charge or get charged. So that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at AP -1. +1 because of the Storm Shield, but he is going to be dead. All right, so now his Terminators are going to attack into Dante over here. They are going to have, how many attacks is it? It's they heroic?
4 attacks. Sergeant has 5.
4 attacks. Sergeant has 5 because it's 2 base, +1 for the Lightning Claw, +1 because they heroically intervened. These are going would be hitting on 4s because Dante is -1 to hit, but he's spending a CP to give them Fury of the First, so hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s because of his Wolf Lord over there.
Title Peasant Infantry.
All right, no 1-1, so re-roll that 1. Alrighty. All right, so he had a bunch of 6s in there. No one, or he had the 1-1 that he had in there, but he did get a bunch of 6s which exploded because he's in over here. These are going to be wounding on 4s. Yeah, 4s re-rolling because of Lightning Claws, and then re-rolling.
But
All right, so that's 21 wounds into him over there. AP -2, so looking for 4-up saves. No, he is way. Oh man, that is not half. But yeah, he's like dead like 2 times over there. So yeah, you got Slay the Warlord there. Boom. All right, so now his Impulsor is going to attack. D3 attacks. Getting a hit. That is not a wound, though. And that's going to be the end of the Blood Angel turn here. I did get 4 points again for the assault one that I have because I have more in his deployment zone than he has in mine. And that is going to be it. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Space Wolves here on turn 2. Movement phase for the Space Wolves here on turn 2. His Blade Guard veterans disembarked from the Impulsor, moving over this way towards my assault intercessors. His Primaris Chaplain jumped out of the dude bro over there. These guys jumped up over on this side. Everyone over here stayed in combat. His Lieutenant got the full rerolls from his Wolf Lord, who he had upgraded to Chapter Master. And then he jumped up over here looking onto them over there. His Whirlwind stayed still where he's at.
Also dropped him into Assault Doctrine.
Oh, that's right. He also dropped him into his Assault Doctrine over there. Over here, his drop pod with the Devastator squad and the Wolf Claws dropped in over here, more than 9 inches away from my Death Company and my Assault Intercessor. So that is going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so we're going to start off with his Devastator squad here. He's going to spend 1 CP on Keen Senses, allowing them to ignore all modifiers to their shooting. The 3 Grav Cannons are going to fire into my Death Company over here, and then the 1 Multi-Melt is going to fire into my Blade Guard over here. So we're going to go with the Grav Cannons first.
Yep.
So hitting on 3s because he's ignoring the penalties. Alrighty, these are going to be strength 5, so looking for 3s to wound. That is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds. AP, what did we say it was again? 1 second. Alright, it's AP -3, 2 damage because they have a 3-up armor save. So it's going to be 4, 5-up saves because they are in cover over there. So it's going to be 2 saves over here. And then these are going to be 2 damage apiece. So the first one, looking for 6-up, feel no pains. Making 1, failing 1. And then again into the next guy. That will kill the 1 guy. All right, and then the Multi-Melta, he's got the 1 Multi-Melta going to fire over here. It's going to be hitting on 2 because he gave it the Signum. That's going to be 2 hits. Good thing you gave it the Signum. That is going to be 2 wounds. I keep forgetting I was about to say no, wounding on 4s, but these are not my Dark Angels. So, so that's going to be 2 wounds. 4-up invul saves because of their Storm Shields. Making 1, failing 1. I'm Do I have anything else I want to save from here in this shooting phase? No, I don't think so. All right, so they're both good. He's gonna pop his Armorium Cherub over there, and he's gonna fire into the Blade Guard over there. That's gonna be 2 hits. That is going to be 1 wound. Oh, 2 wounds, I forgot. Man, I'm thinking they're Dark Angels, man. Anyway, looking for 4 up invul saves. Making them both. Woo! Now his Whirlwind over here is going to fire into my Death Company over here. So it's going to have, oh, that's more shots there. That's 5 shots this time. Way better than 2. Hitting on 4s, though, because it is going over the terrain there. So it's going to be 2 hits. Strength 7, so 3s to wound. That is going to be 2 wounds there. AP.
-1.
-1, +1, because they're in cover. 3 up saves. Failing 1 of them. Damage. 2 damage apiece. So 6 up feeling pains. No, 1's dead. Drop Bod Storm Bolter is going to fire into my Death Company. That is going to be 3 hits. That is going to be 1 wound. Of course, I missed the save, and I feel the pain. And now these guys are going to shoot their bolt pistols. That's 3 hits. 4s to wound. That's 3 wounds. 3, 2 up saves. Making them all. These guys are going to fire their heavy bolt pistols. I should note that I know the guy looks like he is a ancient. He's not. He just has a cool ancient banner that my opponent wanted to show off, which I appreciate because it does look super rad. But he's just a regular Blade Guard veteran. Blade Guard veterans are going to fire their heavy bolt pistols into my Salt Marines over there. That is going to be 4 hits. That is going to be, is it strength 4, I think? Yeah, so it's just going to be 3 wounds there. AP -1, +1 because they are in cover. Failing 2 of them, so 1 guy is going to be dead. Storm Bolter from the Impulsor into my Redemptor over here. I think he has 2 Storm Bolters, doesn't he?
Oh, good point.
All right, glad I mentioned that since those all hit. Looking for 5s to wound. Getting 3 wounds. AP -1 because it is turn 2. That takes 2 wounds. Okay. All right, so now his Primaris Chaplain is going to fire into my Assault Intercessors over there. That is going to be a hit. That is not a wound. All right, so now his Blood Claws, yeah, I got it right, are going to try to charge into my guys over here. It's a 10-inch charge now because of the guys that I took out from the wounds there. Oh, not in with an 8. Blade Guard veterans are going to charge into my Assault Intercessors over here. 6 inches will get him in. And now his lieutenant over there is going to charge into my Sanguinary Guard. I'm going to spend a CP to Overwatch, so Angelus Angelus Bolters are firing in over here. All right, that went very well. 5 hits, wounding on 4s. Not as good there, but that's going to be AP -2, so you're going to have a 5 up save. Takes a wound. All right, that was weird. And then he's definitely in. All right, so now these guys is Wolf Guard are going to charge into my Assault Intercessors and my Redemptor over here. They're in with an 8. And then at the end of the charge phase, my Sanguinor heroically intervened from out in the ether, coming down over here to try to help with these Assault Intercessors over here. So that's going to be it for the charge phase. We'll come back to you at the fight phase. All right, so his lieutenant is going to start us off over here. He's got 6 attacks because he's got 4 base. No, 3 base, yep. +2 for the lightning claws that he has, and +1 for shock assault. He also had put him into the assault doctrine, and he has, what are they called? The ice claws? Frost weapons on his lightning claws there. So these are going to be hitting on 2s. Got full reroll from his Wolf Lord Chapter Master. And then he's going to be strength 5.
Frost weapons get
+1 strength, so he's going to be wounding on 3s, re-rolling everything because of his lightning claws there. And they're going to be AP -3 because he's in the assault doctrine. 6s to hit are going to double explode because of the assault doctrine, super doctrine, and also because of other fun stuff. So here goes. These are going to be hitting on 2s. Rerolling everything. He can reroll everything, and he's going to try to get some 6s on these explodes. Did get some, a 6, which is still better, and did not miss anything because he was hitting on 2s. Yep. So it's going to be 2 additional hits there. These are going to be wounding on 3s.
Oh boy!
Dropped a die.
Threw one across the board there. This is 3s.
Re-rolling. Wow. Wow. Okay, these are going to be damage 2 each. That's going to be, what is that?
5, 8.
8. So I have 8 AP. I got 7 here. So this is going to be 8 AP minus 3s because of the assault doctrine. Ugh, looking for 5 up saves. I really need to stick these if they're going to live. I get 1, 2, 3. So that would leave 1 guy left, and I have 1 more dice to roll. Here we go. Here we go. No, I'm a... Oh, 1 second. I am going to spend it to reroll, spend a CP to reroll that, looking for a 5. Come on, baby, you can do it! No, I saw the fill face it wanted to, but no, that is 5 dead guys. Killer. All right, I know you guys have already yelled at me in the comments, but now you're going to have to go replace it. If you put a comment, you have to put edit. You can't delete the comment. I want the comment for the interaction as it helps my channel. But I did remember, because you guys were going to yell at me, that they're -1 to hit. And we looked back, and there was one 2 that he had rolled when he did the final rerolls. So the first set of dice that I rolled before that reroll, that I spent the CP to reroll, actually was enough to keep 1 guy alive, and he's going to be alive. And I didn't spend the reroll. My opponent agreed that was fine because I just wanted to keep 1 guy alive to keep him alive. So yeah, so he's alive. He's still there. I'm going to spend 2 CP to interrupt over here with my Assault Marines. They're going to go into his Blade Guard. They have 17 attacks because they were charged and have chainswords. My opponent did spend a CP on transhuman physiology, so I can only wound them on 4s, even though I'm going to be +1 to wound. So these are going to be hitting on 2s because they set to defend. All right, missed 2, which is pretty statistical. Wounding on 4s. That's actually really good. I'll take that. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 wounds at AP -1, +1 because they have storm shields, so he's looking for 3 up saves. Failing 2 of them, which is exactly what we said was going to happen. All right, so he takes 2 wounds. And now his Blade Guard, his Wolf Guard over here are going to attack into my Assault Intercessors. They're going to put all their attacks into him. So these are going to be hitting on 3s.
The captain.
They were hitting on 2s and rerolling 1s because of his captain over there. So 1 miss. He also got a bunch of 6s in there, so pretty good there. These are going to be wounding on 3s. 4s. Rolling on 4s, but rerolling everything. Rerolling because of Lightning Claws. 17 wounds into them. AP -2. 5 ups. Yeah, they're dead. 1, 2, 3, and a bajillion more.
Made me look, though. I was like, huh? Did he do it?
All right, so now these guys are going to attack. 4 of them are going to go into my Blade Guard. Not my Blade Guard. Into my Assault Marines. And then Assault Intercessors. Whatever. You get it. And then 1 guy, his Sergeant's going to go into the Sanguinor here. He's got the bigger dice for that one. So hitting on 3s. 2s. I forgot 2s. Rerolling nothing, no. All right, he had a couple 6s in there. Even with the -1 to hit the Sanguinor, he still got 5 hits on him with the explosion there. All of these are going to be hitting on 3s because he's got +1 strength. All right, so he got 5 wounds onto the Sanguinor, and he got 12 wounds onto my Assault Intercessors over here. I should have probably transhuman, but I didn't, so that is the price that we pay. So we're going to go with the Sanguinor first. So he's got 5 saves to make here, looking for 4 up invul saves. Oh, that is nothing I can do to save him, even if I spend a CP to reroll. So he would be dead there. All right, so he's just going to die. And then we've got 12 onto these other guys. Not feeling great about this. 5 ups. Oh, no. No. Oh, no, there's 6 ups. Oh, -3. That's right. There, yeah, they're totally dead. All right, everybody's dead. So now his Wolf Lord is going to attack into my dude bro over here. Hitting on 3s with those, and then 2s on these. All right, and then wounding on, doesn't get any pluses, right? So he's just going to be wounding on 3s and 5s.
Oh, nope.
Getting 1 lightning claw wound there. AP -2. Got a 4 up, so he does take 1 wound. All right, so now his Wolfguard Terminators are going to attack in here. They've got 2 attacks base. Sergeant has 3, and they all have a lightning claw. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. Rerolling ones because of the Wolf Lord. Alrighty. Not meant to be. Hitting on 3s.
Yep, popping.
Does the 6? Oh, the 6 does still pop. Yep. Alrighty. And then these are going to be looking for
5s rerolling.
5s rerolling. 5s. That's real good. Real good.
Thank you. That's how you know.
Real good for you,
that's how you,
not for me.
Use the wrist is really how.
Yeah. That 3 was not in there. That other 3 was.
Okay.
Oh, none of the other ones came. Okay.
Not a single
not a single one. So that's gonna be 4, 5, 6, 7. AP minus 2. So looking for 5 up saves. Making 2 of them. Oh, that would be dead. I'm going to spend a CP to reroll this. No, he's dead. But does he explode? Yeah, he does! Woo! All right, so it's D3 mortal wounds to each of these guys around here. So let's go with his Primaris Chaplain first. He's going to take 1 mortal wound into his Impulsor, taking 3 mortal wounds. Into his Warlord over there, doing 2 mortal wounds, 6 up, feel no pains. Oh, he's still alive with 1 wound left. Into the Terminators, 3 mortal wounds, 6 up, feel no pains.
Sorry again.
Nope, 1 will be dead and 1 will be down to 1 wound. And then into his Wolf Guard over here, doing 3 mortal wounds.
Why?
That's going to kill a guy and kill a second guy, so 2 guys dead there. All right, and I forgot about my Sanguinary Guard over here. He's going to attack into this guy. He's got 3 attacks base, plus 1 because he was charged, hitting on 4s. Getting 1 hit. That is a wound, though. AP minus 3.
Hey.
Ooh, he's good. We do have a leadership test to take over here because he lost 4 of his brethren from that squad, so it's going to be basically 50-50. So on a oh no, less than a 5 or 6, he's going to run away. No, with the 1, he's totally there. So that is going to be the end of the Space Wolf's turn here. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Blood Angels on turn 3. Movement phase for the Blood Angels here on turn 3. These guys stayed back over here on the objective. He moved up over here. These guys came in from reserves over this way, 9 inches away from them. Furious Dreadnought moved up over here. My Sanguinary Priest kind of stayed where he was, shuffled maybe a little bit, but he's within range of both of these guys to give them their reroll on their charge. My Blade Guard Ancient stayed over here on the objective. These guys shuffled back just to give a little bit more space between them because I'm holding on to the objective. And then he fell back out of combat over here onto the objective over there. So that's going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. First thing we're going to do is Wings of Sanguinius from him onto himself. That will go off on a 9. And then his next power is going to be to smite into them over here. That's going to go off with an 11, which is D6 mortal wounds because it's a super smite. Just the 1, but it does kill a guy. Shooting phase, my Furiosa Dreadnought's going to fire into his Wolf Guard over here. We're going to go with the Underslung Meltagun first. That's not a hit. And then the Heavy Flamer. That does get 6 hits. All right. These are going to be Strength 5. So looking for 3s to wound. That is going to be, wow, that's all 6s and all 1s. That's balance in the force over there. Balance in the woo. So that's going to be 3 wounds. And then at AP minus 1.
I'll take it on the guys in cover.
Taking on the guys in cover there. That's going to be 1 guy takes a wound. He did fail his feel no pain. He ended up doing that. But now the Sanguinary Priest is going to throw a crack grenade into them. That's a hit. That is a wound. That is not a save, I don't believe, right?
+1 of the save and in cover? What is it?
+1. 1 second. No, it's only AP minus 1, so Storm Shield in cover there. He was good to go. These guys are going to fire their Angelus bolt guns into these guys over here. That is going to be 2 misses. Wounding on 4s. Getting 1 wound. Oh, takes it. 1 guy with a heavy bolt pistol is going to fire into these guys over here. That is a hit. That is a wound. AP minus 2. So that is good, because he's got the shield and the cover. And Stormbolter from the Librarian over here. That is going to be 2 hits. There's going to be no wounds. All right, my Blade Guard veterans over here are going to charge into his Terminators over there. They need a 7-inch charge to get in, so they need 6 on the dice. Getting to reroll this if they fail because of the Sanguinary Priest with his relic. So they are going to reroll it because of the Sanguinary Priest. Oh, still don't make it. Oh no, they do. No, that's it. They're in. Oh, goof. These guys are going to charge into the Blade Guard veterans. They need an 8-inch charge because they get the +1 to their charge. They're going to be in with a 9. Librarian is going to charge in as well. He is definitely in. Priest is going to charge in over here. He's in with an 8. My Furiosa is just going to charge into the Wolf Guard. He's in. All right, so now my Librarian Dreadnought's going to start off over here, attacking into his Blade Guard veterans. So he is going to spend a CP on Transhuman. My guy is going to have 6 attacks because of 4 attacks base, +1 for Shock Assault, +1 for Savage Echoes because it's in the Assault Doctrine. Hitting on, with the Fist, these are going to be hitting on 3s. Okay, so that's going to be 4 hits. Wounding on 4s because of Transhuman. That's going to be 2 wounds over there. 4 up invols. Failing 1, so that's going to be a dead guy popped. And I got 1 with the Force Halberd. That is going to be a hit. That is not going to be a wound, though, because of Transhuman. All right, so now his Terminators are going to interrupt attacking to my Blade Guard veteran over here. These are going to be hitting on 2s because of set to defend. And then these are going to be wounding on... and then these are going to be wounding on 4s. He does have exploding 6s over here, so he's got 2 exploding 6s because it is the Assault Doctrine and he got charged. Yep. And then these are going to be wounding on 4s, strength 4, toughness 4, re-rolling because of lightning claws. Get your dice in your hand. Re-rolling. All right, because it's the Assault Doctrine, they're going to be AP -3, so I've got 4 up invul saves. So that is pretty good. I'll take that. And then you got 6 up, feel no pains because of the Sanguinary Priest over there. Ignoring another 1. So that's still going to kill 2 of my guys, though, which is not great. Before I take him out there, I'm just going to go back with the Sergeant over here. So he's going to have 4 attacks, base +2 because of charging during the Assault Doctrine. These are going to be hitting on 3s. That's going to be 5 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is going to be 4 wounds. AP -4. So 5 up invuls. Oh, 4 up invul saves because they've got those. So that is going to be 2 that go through. So the first one kills the guy, and the second one does 2 damage. Oh, this you'll feel no pain. So the first guy is going to be dead, and then the next one is going to have 2 wounds onto him. And now my Sanguinary Guard are going to attack into the Blade Guard veterans, hitting on 3s. Alrighty. And then these are going to be wounding on 4s because of Transhuman. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wounds over there. AP a ton, so 4 up invul saves. Failing 1, 2, 3, 4. So that will kill 2 guys. That will kill 2 guys. And now my Furiosa Dreadnought's going to attack over here. He's going to have 7 attacks because of everything that's going on. Hitting on 3s. Oh, that's real good. Wounding on 2s. Rerolling because of Blood Talons. So that's going to be 3, 6, 7. That was everything. I don't know why I had to count that. 4 up invul saves. Oh! Failing just the 1. Oh, killing that 1 guy there. Sanguinary Priest is now going to attack with his 6 attacks. Hitting on 2s. Wounding on 4s. That is just 2 at AP -2.
2 AP -2.
So he takes 1 damage. All right, Blade Guard veteran over here is now going to attack back into the Sanguinary Guard. That's going to be all hits there and explodes on the 6s there. That is going to be 4 wounds.
AP -4.
AP -4, so 6 up saves on them over here. Getting none of them. That's it. They're just freaking dead. Ugh. And he was definitely hitting on 3s because he had set to defend, so they were going to be +1 to their attacks over there, to their hits. All right, the Wolf Guard over here are going to attack into the Sanguinary Priest. hitting on 3s.
So there's
1 6 over there. Sounds good.
sorry.
It's all good. Rerolling. 4's rerolling. Okie dokie. So that's going to be 1 2 3 4 5 6 at AP minus 3. Oh lordy. 6 up, feel no pains. Nope, he felt all of them and is dead. All right, so we do have some leadership tests to take here. My opponent got excited and already rolled his over here. That guy failed his. My guy lost 2 guys over there, so he's going to be fine with that. So that's going to be it for the Blade Angel's turn here. We'll come back to you after the movement phase for the Space Wolves here on turn 3. Movement for the Space Wolves here on turn 3. His Impulsor advanced up over here. Chaplain just moved up over this way. He did get off his litany, allowing him to whatchamacallit?
Full rerolls.
Full rerolls within his range there. These guys both all stayed in combat with my guy. He advanced over this way, and he's going to try to get off the charge onto my dude bro. His lieutenant moved up over here, looking to take out my 1 sanguinary guard over there. These guys moved up over here, trying to take out my death company over there. And these guys stood still over here. Then his eradicators dropped in over here, or outflanked over there, and then these guys dropped in over here, more than 9 inches away from my assault intercessors. So that is going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. Whirlwind over here is going to start off. Oh no, sorry. Whirlwind is going to fire into my death company over here. So that is going to be 3, 4, 5 shots.
Oh,
that's all but 1 hit. That is all wounds there. AP minus 1 plus 1, 3 up saves. Making all but 1. What's the damage? 2 damage. Nope, that is going to be 1 dead guy. His Devastator squad's now going to fire. Grav's going to go into my dude bros over here, and multi-ulta into my Blade Guard Ancient.
Signum on the multi-multa.
Signum on the multi-multa. So these are going to be the grav cannons.
Didn't move.
Wounding on 3s. Okay, so that's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds. These are going to be looking for AP minus 3 plus 1 because they're in cover over there, so looking for 5s. Making 2 of them. These are going to be 2 damage apiece. So the first one is a dead guy. Second one is not a dead guy. He's got a wound left. But that's going to be him dead. And then these last 2 are going to be 4 damage onto the last guy. No, he's dead. And then the multi-ulta. That's going to be 1 hit. 2 hits because he put this.
Signum.
No, yeah, because he's in the cover over there. Or in the terrain that would be minus 1 to hit through.
Yep.
That's going to be 2 wounds. AP minus 4. 6 up saves because he's in cover. Nope. He did. The Eradicators are going to fire into my assault intercessors over here. Okay.
Oh boy.
In 1 hit. That is going to be a wound. AP minus 4. But they are in cover looking for a fill face. Whoa. Nope, that's going to go through.
Oh.
Doing 5 damage. That's a dead guy. Into the charge phase, these guys are going to charge into my assault intercessors looking for a 9-inch charge. Not going to make it. Over here, his lieutenant's going to charge into my sanguinary guard. Ooh, he makes it. His chaplain's going to try to charge into my blade guard veteran. Not going to make it with a 5. And now his warlord over here is going to charge into my Furioso, not my Furioso, into my librarian dreadnought, who is going to fire Overwatch because there's a chance with his storm bolter that it might work. Looking for 6s, showing them fill faces. Nothing. All right, his charge distance is going to make it with a 10. And now his eradicators are going to charge into my assault intercessors. No, not going to make it with a 6. So now his lieutenant is going to attack into my sanguinary guard over there, hitting on 2s. And now these are going to be wounding on 3s rerolling. Okay, so that is... How many is that? That's 5? Okay, so he's got 5 AP minus 3 because of the assault doctrine. I'm looking for 5 up saves. No, he's going to be dead. So, womp womp. All right, so now his warlord over here is going to attack into my dreadnought. These are all going to be hitting on 2s, right? Because he charged?
Yep.
Re-rolling.
Re-rolling everything.
He's going to re-roll everything because he's looking for those 6s. All right, it all worked out in the end for him there, except for the lightning claw. But that's fine. I think he will forgive that as a failure.
Okay.
All right, and then these are going to be the Thunderhammers looking for...
I'll pop purple zone for that.
Okay.
Okay, so Thunderhammers first.
Yes. Looking for 3s to wound, I believe. Yep, so that's going to be 6. Yeah. And these are going to be AP -3, correct?
Yeah.
So looking for fill faces. Getting just the 1, so he will be dead. Does he explode?
Don't do it.
No, I needed him to explode. All right, so now my Blade Guard Ancient over there is going to attack. He's going to have 4 attacks base, hitting on 3s. All right, that's 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. That's going to be all wounds there. AP enough to put him onto his Storm Shields. Fails 2 of them, so that's going to be one guy dead and 1 down to 1 wound. All right, so now these guys, his Wolf Guard are going to attack into my Furioso. He gave him +1 to wound with his CP there. These are going to be hitting on all rerolls. That one, there was a 1 in there that needs to be rolled.
No, it's,
you don't
full rerolls. So
yes.
I'm fishing again.
Oh, he's fishing for 6s. Oh, my bad.
Nope.
Okay,
I don't know if that worked out.
I don't think it did at all.
Look, it's even.
All right, there we go. Wounding on
would be 5s down to 4s.
would be 5s, but now down to 4s because of the +1 to wound.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, dice. Okay.
All right. So that is going to be to 5s, right? Would be 5s down to 4s. Yeah. So that's going to be 4 wounds there. All right. So that's going to be AP -3 over here. So I've got 4. I'm looking for 6-up saves. No, I will take 4 damage. Now he's going to attack back into them over here. 5 attacks. No, I think that's wounds. So that's going to be AP minus a bunch, so saves. 1 will be dead. And now his Terminators are going to attack.
Oh, there you go. I'll just fish for notice of that. All right, so 1 each.
Yep. And these are now going to be wounding on 4s, rerolling.
Okay, they're mad.
Rerolling. Oh boy.
All right, that's 7.
4, 5, 6, 7. AP enough that I'm on my 4 of invul save. Oh no, he did. Nothing I could do about that. All right, so that's going to be it for the Space Wolves turn here. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Blood Angels on turn 4.
Yeah.
All right, we just looked over everything that's going on. I literally have 4 Assault Intercessors over here and a wounded Furiosa Dreadnought over here. That's it. That's all I got left on the table. He managed to wipe everything else out. So I think at this point I do have a lead, but not enough of a lead that this turn is going to do it. Because the most I could do over here is shoot him. I need to stay on at least 1 objective to try to get 5 points per turn. And over here I could shoot 1 guy and maybe charge in to kill those guys, but it's still not going to be enough to get me enough points to keep going because he's cleared me off back here. I'm not going to be getting my secondaries, and primaries are just not going to happen. So, yeah, a brutal game, which is exactly what we thought was going to happen. We both decided we wanted to bring like melee focused, punchy in the face armies, and that was a ton of fun. So I hope you guys have all enjoyed that Space Wolf victory. I didn't enjoy that part, but I certainly enjoyed this game. I have been Phil, the Glacial Geek, as always. My opponent's been Marcus, and until next time, stay safe and have fun.